Taking another deep breath in. And as you exhale, invite the shoulders to soften down away from the ears. And taking one more deep breath in together. And as you exhale, allowing the body to descend, to release into whatever supports are beneath. Inviting the whole body to arrive in this moment. Inviting awareness of the body. Awareness of the body breathing and the body sitting. Sense the rise and the fall of the chest with each breath. Notice the expansion and the natural contraction of the belly. And bringing awareness to both as we sit in relative stillness, to sense that subtle, quiet movement, both rising and falling, both expanding and contracting. Chest and belly. Moving with the breath. And once we recognize that the mind has wandered away from the body breathing, gently calling the mind back, right here, right now, to the rise and fall of the chest, the expansion and the contraction of the belly. And as the body breathes with awareness, the awareness of each and every breath, we can layer in also the point of the nostrils where the breath enters and exits the body. In Vipassana, we practice steadying and stabilizing the mind by holding our awareness on the breath. And when the mind wanders, we simply call the breath here again, regardless of where the mind wanders. We can be curious about the mind traveling to the future, a perceived future. We can recognize when the mind travels into the past, into memories. And just noting that this is what the mind does. And in a certain sense, this is a mind training. Training the mind to be more disciplined and to be of service to the heart. Noticing if the mind has wandered again. This is what the mind does. And so we simply practice again and again, disciplining the mind to focus, to deepen concentration with the rhythm of the breath. Noticing again, are we here with the breath, practicing, steadying the mind? Or has the mind wandered, which it's very good at and much, much more practiced with? And so again, we call our attention right here to this rising and falling, expanding and contracting. Cool breath coming into the body, sensing the warmer breath out through the nose. Many choices to observe the body breathing. And perhaps we can begin to contemplate the breath, to contemplate this rhythm that allows the body to be alive. We take our first breath at the moment of birth and our last exhale at the moment of death. And in between, there is simply breathing. And during this season, where we are reminded of the power of gratitude, we might contemplate gratitude for this breath. In the words of Rumi, gratitude is acknowledgement of all that sustains us. And certainly this breath sustains us. And Rumi also instructs us, wear gratitude like a cloak, and it will feed every corner of your life. Gratitude is wine for the soul. So gratitude like wine for the soul. Gratitude for this breath. And while it's easy to feel gratitude for the things that we appreciate, the things that we reach for, our preferences. And much more difficult to bring gratitude for the more difficult things in life. Neuroscience teaches us that practicing gratitude is highly beneficial. That when we experience gratitude compared with individuals who take medications like Prozac or Wellbutrin, that when we actually experience gratitude in the body somatically and have a felt sense of deep appreciation in the body mind, that there's actually a boost of serotonin and dopamine, the neurotransmitters in the brain that help us feel good, that help us have a feeling of well-being. And so let us practice contemplating a time in the past, a recollection of feeling gratitude for something in your life. Starting with a recollection of gratitude. Perhaps an image or simply just remembering the situation, the causes and conditions. And remembering that feeling of gratitude. Remembering the mind state of appreciation. And letting go of the details of this recollection and just feel right now in this moment that experience of gratitude. And bringing awareness to something else in your life that is currently arising. That you have a mind state of appreciation for. and entering into the feeling of gratitude within the body. And perhaps another experience of gratitude, contemplating what am I grateful for? And an embodied experience of this gratitude somatically. Perhaps noticing warmth or coolness, vibrations, tingling, release, a sense of opening, brightening. And so continuing to contemplate, what am I grateful for? What do I appreciate? And perhaps inviting in the challenge of feeling gratitude for something that's more challenging, that's more difficult to open to. It's common to have big challenges and small, and have a sense of aversion as the mind naturally wants to distance from anything difficult. Wisdom teaches us that avoidance of difficult challenges only creates more suffering. As the Buddha refers to as dukkha. And when we give in and yield, lean into what is difficult because it's here, it's arising. When we face it head on, that we find the resources within We find the resources outside of ourselves to get through. And when we come through to the other side, there's a sense of gratitude often. Perhaps it's gratitude for surviving a difficult situation, or gratitude that we persevered. Gratitude for the resources, the support that might have assisted us along the way. Contemplating gratitude and directly experiencing gratitude in the body mind. And in the words of Melody Beatty, gratitude unlocks the fullness of life. It turns what we have into enough and more. It turns denial into acceptance, chaos into order, confusion into clarity. Gratitude can turn a meal into a feast, a house into a home, and a stranger into a friend. Gratitude makes sense of our past and brings peace for today and creates a vision for tomorrow. We'll end our time together with metta, loving kindness. Perhaps bringing a hand or both hands to the heart. And sensing the warmth or coolness of the hands. The hands is a gesture of loving kindness towards oneself. May I be grateful for my privilege, for my fortunes, for all my good luck. May I be grateful for the difficult lessons and challenges that have come my way and helped me to grow and learn. May I be grateful for all my many joys. And may I equally be grateful for my sorrows, for they break the heart. They break the heart open. May I be grateful for all that comes my way. And offering any other metta to yourself, to others, to all beings everywhere. May all beings be happy. May all beings have happiness and the causes of happiness. May all beings be free from suffering and from the causes of suffering. May all beings never be parted from freedom's true joys, free of attachments and aversions. And bowing with hands in front of the heart, bowing to this practice, bowing to all the teachers that have brought us these practices, the Buddha, the Dharma, and bowing to each other the Sangha. Namaste.